It's time to predict the scores of game week 26 of this 2023-2024 EFL Championship season. It's the last of these festive fixtures now, and these games take place on Monday the 1st of January. Looking back at game week 25, top scorer with a lovely score of 15 points and 5 perfect scores was Safiq, and there was a couple of people in second position on 13 points each. That was Miro and Tayyab, 7, 8, 6. How that affects the overall leaderboard, well, everybody knows that Alex Cochrane is at the top of the shop on 272 points, first 77 on 265, but the man, the myth, the legend, who is Ian Lovesey, has moved up now into third position on 261 points. So we move on to game week 26, and the action kicks off at 12:30 at the Stadium Light, where Sunderland take on Preston North End. Now Sunderland, last time out, it was a draw against Rotherham, somewhat disappointingly you have to say, and Preston, 3 defeats now in their last 4 matches, and it was a humbling defeat at home against Sheffield Wednesday. Preston will want to pull something out of the back of this one, but at home they want to start the new year in the right way, although the Black Cats, and I think they will, and I can see them coming away with a 2-0 home win. They then go to Blackburn Rovers, where they've suffered defeat now 6 of their last 7 matches. A 3-2 loss in that match on Friday evening, and Rotherham, now you've got to say they're in a bit of good form. They've won 1 and drawn 1 in the last 2 matches, and it was that draw against Sunderland in their last fixture. In this one, I expect Blackburn to get back to winning ways. Smidox scored in that fixture against Hull. I think Blackburn will win this one. It's going to be tight. It's not going to be pretty, but I can see them winning 1-0. We then move to Ashton Gate, where Bristol City take on Millwall. Millwall now undefeated in the last 4 matches, back-to-back wins, an excellent win against Norwich at home, but they do travel to the West Country, the Wurzels, the Robins, played out a 0-0 draw with Birmingham City in the last match. This one though, at home, you've got to fancy Bristol City. I think they'll concede, but I think they'll edge this one 2-1. We then move on to Elland Road, and Leeds United, back-to-back defeats, down to 4th in the table with those 2 defeats. Birmingham, just the 1 win in their last 7 matches, and just said it was a 0-0 draw at home against Bristol City in their last fixture. In this one, Leeds, like everyone else in this division, want to start off on the right foot for the new year, and I can see them beating Burnley. I think they're going to run riot, and I can see them winning 3-0. We then move to the King Power Stadium, where Leicester take on Huddersfield. Leicester, probably one of the performances of the season for them. The Foxes against Cardiff on Friday evening, where they didn't really get out of second gear, first gear to overturn the Bluebirds in a 2-0 win. And Huddersfield, a loss against Middlesbrough. They did score in that match, but I fully expect if Leicester play anything like they did against Cardiff, and I can see them taking all 3 points again. And I'm actually going to go for a thumping for the Terriers in this one. I'm going to go for a 4-0 win to Leicester. We then move to the Riverside Stadium, where Middlesbrough take on Coventry City. Coventry drew 2-2 against Swansea, and they left it late, the Jacks, in that one to carve out that draw. Coventry will be disappointed with that result. And Middlesbrough, 3 wins from their last 4 matches, with a good 2-1 win against Huddersfield. Difficult one to predict, this one. It's probably going to be a winner, but I'm going to have to sit on the fence. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. We then move to Carrow Road, where Norwich take on Southampton. Southampton, along with Leicester, the form team of the division, 4 wins on the bounce, a good 2-1 win against Plymouth Argyle after they beat Russell Martin's former side Swansea 5-0 at home in the previous fixture loss, and 2 losses on the bounce now for Norwich, Millwall and West Brom. Fully expect Southampton to go to Carrow Road and bring all 3 points back to the South Coast. And we can see that Saints win this one 2-0. Stay on the South Coast with Southampton's neighbours, even though it's a few hours to get there. Plymouth Argyle take on Watford. Both of these teams haven't won in the last 2 matches. It's actually been free for Plymouth, losing against Southampton in the last fixture. And Watford drawing disappointingly with Stoke, and that was a follow-up to their defeat against Bristol City. Be lots of goals in this one, I should imagine. Couldn't end up in a draw. You know what? I'm going to give a 3-2 win in this one. They can score goals. They do create a lot, Plymouth. Then we move to Loftus Road, where QPR take on Cardiff. Cardiff, the injuries are starting to pile up. The lack of squad depth. Now, they did get a decent draw, but they could have won that match against Plymouth or lost it, and then they were comprehensively beaten 2-0 against Leicester, where they didn't really lay a glove on Leicester. A couple of shots like from Colwell, etc. But QPR, a decent draw against Ipswich, although Ipswich got their issues. I think it's 4 matches now without a win for Ipswich. And this one, I think it's going to end up all square again. See Cardiff scoring for a change, and QPR at home will be a tough nut to crack, so 1-1. We then move to Bet365 Stadium as Stoke take on Ipswich. Ipswich without a win in their last 4 matches, and for Stoke it's just a 1 win in their last 5, but they haven't lost in there. So I'm going to go for another draw in this one, and I'm going to have to go for 1-1 in that match. Then we move to the Swansea.com Stadium, where the Jacks take on West Brom. West Brom with that absolutely phenomenal win against Leeds, where they won 1-0. And Swansea, it was a good draw, you've got to say, for the Jacks to come from behind to draw 2-2 with Coventry in this one, though. I think West Brom will take all 3 points, and I can see them coming away with a 2-1 victory. And the final fixture of this game week 6, Sheffield Wednesday taking on Hull City. Hull, we said that 3-2 victory over Blackburn Rovers, which was excellent. And Sheffield Wednesday, it's 4 wins from their last 7 matches. A good win against Preston. I think they'll take all 3 points in this one as well. I'm going to go for 2-1 home win, although it could end up in a draw. So those are my predictions for game week 26. They're the first round of fixtures for the new year. We break now for the next week, as it's FA Cup 3rd round next weekend. Make sure you leave your predictions over at the Superbru website. See if you can beat me in this little league table. See if we can catch up with the likes of Alex Cochrane as well. But enjoy the matches on Monday. Have a great new year as well, and I wish each and every one of you health and happiness. And if you do like this video, please leave a like, because you never know, it might help me with the algorithm and all that. But for now, once again, have a great new year, enjoy the football, and I'll see you all in the next video.